Good morning. In this class we wish to discuss functions and type of functions. Functions are the group of statements that have been given a name. This allows to break the program into small manageable pieces. Then what are the advantages of functions? Function make a lengthy and complex program to short programs. Then length of the source program can be reduced by using function by using different places in the program according to the user requirement. The memory space also properly utilized. Then the function allow more than one person to work in the same program. Then function increase the execution speed. Then portability also increased. Then removes the redundancy. Then debugging is very easy. Then more flexible library functions we are using, that's why it is more flexible. Then this is customizing also very easy. Then next we wish to discuss the classification of functions. That is classified into two: library functions or built-in functions or user-defined function. I think built-in function means this is already built by the developer of the program, therefore already existing. That's why it is called library functions. Then some example for sqrt, abs, logs, sign, then power. These are the functions of the example for that. The next user-defined function. This is based on the user requirement. He is doing that function. That's why it is user. But if he is interested to do that, means he must know that these are the things. Function call. What is function definition? What is function declaration? That it must. Without knowledge of that, that is not possible to handle that. Then first one is function call. Function call is when the user wishes to use a function, user can call by its name. He is only deciding that name. General form of that form is function name, actual parameters. The function name is based on the identifier rules that is selected. Then function definition. This function definition must specify or obey some general form, that is type specifier, then function name, formal parameters, then body of the function, within that return statement. Then next we wish to discuss what is type specifier. Type specifier is the type of the value returning. Suppose nothing it is returning, we have used void. Otherwise, what your data type, that's we are using. Then function name, this is already told valid C identifier. Then formal parameters is the type of declaration of the variable of the parameter list. Then return is the keyword used for returning the result. Then function body begins with opening brace, then end with closing brace. Between that, what are the statement? We are returning everything coming in the body of that function. Then next we wish to go through that function declaration. This is the function declaration must obey some syntax. Therefore return type, function name, then type 1 argument, type 2 argument. The function prototype is simply the declaration of the function that specify the function name, parameters and return type. It does not contain body. There is no need of writing. Actually this is used to inform that compiler this is the function is we are defined, that is later that body of be there. That purpose we are using. Then this is the simple example for one user defined function. In this add number is the function we are used, therefore it will returning that result, integer result. Then you go through this program. Then based on that program only we are explaining that function phototype. Integer add numbers is the function phototype. It will inform the compiler to name of the function is that, return type is integer, then it contains 2 arguments. That details it will inform. That's why function phototype we are using. Then how we are calling, using name only we are calling that add numbers n1, n2. If you are returning in the main, it will automatically call that function and it is invoked. Then how we are passing that parameters. Passing parameters, actually in this value we are, in this example we are n1 and n2, both of them we are passing. But before that we wish to discuss what are the parameter passing mechanisms be there. The 2 parameter passing mechanism be there, call by value, call by reference. Okay. Before going to that, we wish to explain what is the return statement. Return statement terminates the execution of the function and returns the value to the called program. The syntax of that is return expression. Simple example for that is return A or return A plus B. Then that is varies from function to function. Then we wish to explain these 2 things, call by value, then call by reference. This is 2 mechanisms. First mechanism is call by value method copies the value of the argument into the formal parameter of the function. Therefore, changes made by the function to the parameters have no effect on the variable used, call it. Therefore, the formal parameter and actual parameters are maintained in different places. Therefore, this is one simple program we are used, how that is using. If you are interested, go through that. Then next one is call by reference. Call by reference method copies the address of the argument into the formal parameter. Actually, this is alias name. Therefore, any place if you are changed, I think it is using common place, then but different names. Therefore, any changes you are done through any call, it will original value is affected. Isn't it? Therefore, the call by reference is achieved by passing the pointer as an argument. Of course, in this case, the parameter must be declared as a pointer types. The following program demonstrates this. Then, next we wish to discuss the difference of call by value and call by reference. But both of them are declaration integer A, both of them are same. Formal parameter A is the local variable. In this formal parameter A is local reference. In the call by reference, that is reference. Then call by value, it cannot change the actual parameter. Actual parameter is different place it is maintained. But call by reference, it can change the actual parameters also, because both of them are occupying the same common place. Then call by value, actual parameters may be constant or variable or an expression. The actual parameter must be a variable only, because it is having a common place. Then next we wish to discuss categories of functions. We have some functions like they actually explicitly known function with no argument. Therefore, what is argument? You are knowing that without argument also that is possible to create a function. Then no return value. Return value also not be there. Therefore, within that function it will do some options. So it is that value is not returned to main program. Then function with arguments. Argument be there. No return value. That's another variety is function with no argument but return value be there. There is no arguments but return value be there. Then another one is function with arguments and return value. Its name explicitly telling that. Then some example functions with no arguments and no return value. Therefore, in this we are not passing any arguments. Then we are not using any return statement. Isn't it? Then next example, function with arguments with no return value. In this function having a arguments, if you are go through this function having arguments, argument be there but no return value. In this we are not returning anything. Simply it is shown return, but it is not returning because we are not provided any return type. Then function with no arguments but return value. In this we are providing return. Then float is the returning value. Isn't it? This is the program for that. Then next one is function with arguments and return value. Therefore, in this all arguments also be there, integer x. Then return value also be there. These are the examples of that. Then next class we will discuss the next topic. Thank you. We will stop our class.